Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Megarasa. Hello everyone, nice that you are watching. I am Mega, and today we are going to make Perkedel Jagung. Perkedel Jagung is also commonly referred to as what is known as corn cake in Dutch. And yes, this is an absolutely delicious dish. And do you really want to know how to make it? Keep watching. It's very simple. Hello everyone, welcome to Megarasa. It's great that you are watching. I am Mega, and today we are going to do something again. We're going to make Perkedel Jagung today, or corn cake. Yes, they call it corn cake in the Netherlands, but in Indonesian it is Perkedel Jagung. Perkedel probably comes from the word frikandel, from the Dutch word of course, and in Indonesia it is thought I have become a corn fritter. I don't know how it happened, but I suspect it went something like this. And jagung means corn, and that is also the star of today, because I am going to enjoy fresh corn on the cob. I will show you what we all need. That is, of course, the 2 corn cobs, a spring onion, a celery, and a chili pepper. But this is optional. If you don't like it spicy, you can just skip this, of course. And I have 2 shallots again, actually 3, but this one is quite large, so I wish for a shallot. But if you have smaller ones, use those. Just 3. And 3 garlic cloves, and I have this little one here. I found it a bit sad, so I'll use that. Just simply add it in. I have a bit of vegetable broth, a pinch of white pepper, some salt, and for balance, sugar. And here I have just a little bit of flour, rice flour, and I bought the rice flour at the Asian supermarket just recently. It looks like this, and I actually don't know if they sell it at Albert Heijn. I think they do, Albert Heijn. It has everything, so you can just use that as well. And then today's secret is baking powder, because we are going to make the crispy corn cake, so this is the secret. Okay, yes. And then you also have water. And yes, you see it, I don't use any eggs, so it's also a vegan recipe. Well, we are going to start now. So we have the corn cob here. Let's take off the jackets. To accomplish this task, you simply need to grasp the item firmly and then gently pull it away from its position, just like that. It's a straightforward process that doesn't require much effort or skill, making it easy for anyone to do. Very carefully and gently removing the unwanted hairs from it with utmost care and precision. I bought these corn cobs at a supermarket, and usually the tips are already cut off, which is convenient for cooking and saves time in preparation, allowing you to quickly and efficiently incorporate them into your meals and recipes without any hassle. Just place it flat like this on your cutting board. But if you buy from a fresh store, for example, at the market, usually they still have little points on them, which need cutting off. Place it down on the cutting board. And now we are going to cut the corn kernels off. Yes, I have a new knife, so I'm being very careful. I think it's quite sharp. As you can see, it's going well. It's actually quite simple to do, but the problem is that it tends to scatter all over the table, making a bit of a mess. However, in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter too much. The ease of the task outweighs the minor inconvenience of cleaning up afterwards, so it's not a big deal at all.
I have been considering the possibility of dividing the task into 2 separate sections because the current approach does not seem to be effective in all situations. This issue arises from the fact that the method I am using is not universally applicable, and as a result it fails to deliver the desired outcomes in certain scenarios. For instance, When I try to implement this strategy in different environments, I encounter various obstacles that hinder its success. Therefore, it might be beneficial to reassess the situation and explore alternative solutions that could potentially work better in diverse contexts. By splitting the task into two distinct parts, I can tailor each section to address specific challenges and improve overall efficiency. This approach would allow for a more targeted and adaptable strategy, ensuring that the method is effective across a wider range of applications. Additionally, it would provide an opportunity to analyze the unique requirements of each part and develop customized solutions that cater to those needs. Ultimately, this could lead to more successful outcomes and a greater level of satisfaction with the results. I don't need to take the little ones at all, really. The next step is, right now, the shallots. I'm actually just going to grab them right here. I have already completely peeled the shallots. Indeed, I will cut them into very much smaller pieces. I carefully place the ingredients into my food processor, which is often referred to as a chopper, to prepare them for the next step in my cooking process. To begin, gather 3 shallots, which are small onions with a mild flavor, and 3 cloves of garlic, known for their strong aroma. These ingredients are key to many recipes. Start by peeling and finely chopping them to release their flavors. And then I also just add a few more of the delicious and incredibly fresh corn kernels into the mix. About 4 tablespoons. Now, we are going to take all the ingredients that we have prepared and carefully mix them together in a bowl until they are well combined and smooth. It doesn't have to be extremely fine in terms of its overall texture. It can also just be, or even perhaps just a bit more coarse.
En dan nog heel eventjes.
Alright, so if you have completed the previous steps as instructed, which involved setting up the initial parameters and ensuring all preliminary checks are in place, then we can proceed to the next phase of our project right here in this designated area. This is crucial because this location is equipped with all the necessary tools and resources required for the successful execution of the task at hand. By doing it here, we ensure that we have immediate access to any additional support or materials we might need, thereby increasing our efficiency and effectiveness. Once we have completed this stage, we will be able to move forward with the subsequent steps, which will bring us closer to achieving our overall objectives. And now we cut the spring onions and the celery. And if you don't have celery, you can also use fresh cilantro if you like it, or parsley as a herb. That's also tasty. By coincidence, I have this at home, so I used celery. Let's chop this with great care, very carefully and precisely, finely. In this cooking session, we emphasize the importance of chopping ingredients finely. This technique is essential for evenly distributing flavors, enhancing the dish's taste and texture. Use a sharp knife and a steady cutting board. Hold the knife with a firm grip, keeping fingers tucked in to avoid accidents. Aim for uniform. And then I have my pepper. Again, this is just a little optional. You don't have to take it. But I just find it really tasty for the absolutely spicy and incredibly flavorful bite, so to speak. And I also really like that you quite occasionally see some red in it. Sometimes there's a bit of red. Very carefully and evenly cut this into very thin strips. You can, of course, take out the seeds if you prefer a milder taste, but as you all know, I have a particular fondness for foods that pack a punch. I absolutely love the fiery, intense heat that comes with spicy dishes. It's not just about the flavor, it's about the experience and the thrill of that spicy kick that I truly enjoy.
And then we have flavorings such as vegetable broth and spices. You can also use chicken broth, but because it's vegetarian, or actually vegan, so I could use vegetable broth, and white pepper, just a tiny bit more of sodium chloride, and a substantial amount of sugar. To achieve the desired consistency, you should carefully combine a small amount of the ingredients together, ensuring they are thoroughly mixed until you reach the perfect blend, and the flour is slowly, gently, and thoroughly mixed in. The rice flour, which is often used in a wide variety of culinary recipes, is considered a very versatile ingredient. And the last, baking powder. We should take our time to carefully and thoroughly mix these ingredients together, making sure that every component is evenly and smoothly combined to achieve the best possible result. And soon I will add the water. I mix it briefly so that all the spices are well combined. They are evenly distributed. Now I add the water. This particular setting or environment appears to be exceptionally comfortable and inviting, offering a sense of warmth and relaxation that one might associate with a cozy atmosphere. It is the kind of place where you can easily imagine yourself unwinding after a long day, perhaps with a good book or a warm cup of tea. Furthermore, in the event that you find yourself without spring onions, which are often used to enhance the flavor of various dishes, there are numerous alternatives you might consider. For instance, you could use chives, which provide a similar mild onion flavor, or perhaps green onions, which are a bit more robust in taste. The absence of spring onions should not deter you from enjoying the full potential of your culinary creations, as there are always creative solutions to explore. You can also perhaps use chives, which is also quite tasty. But you can just really, yes, absolutely, undoubtedly, actually, simply use herbs, as I mentioned, like chives. It's just simply a matter of trying and experimenting, I would say. So now we have a very nice batter. Take a moment to observe carefully. Yes, I believe that should be sufficient for now. So what we need is a small amount of batter, just like this. Yes, that's right. Make sure to pour it gently and evenly, allowing it to spread naturally across the surface. This will ensure a smooth and consistent texture. It's important to be patient and let it settle properly. Once you see it starting to set, you can proceed to the next step. Remember, precision and attention to detail are key in achieving the desired outcome. Not really a pancake, but I definitely think it's a bit like an American pancake batter. I believe that I am quite satisfied with the current situation. After considering all the factors and ensuring everything is in place, we will proceed to the next step, which involves preparing and baking the corn cake batter. This process will be done shortly, but we must ensure that all ingredients are properly mixed and ready for baking. It's important to follow the recipe closely to achieve the best results. It's just ready. I have a pan here with about 500 milliliters of sunflower oil. Now let's take a moment to stir the batter once more, making sure to do it gently and thoroughly so that all the ingredients are well combined and smooth. After that, I will proceed to check if the oil in my pan has reached the optimal temperature needed for cooking, ensuring it is hot enough to start frying. And I usually do that with a chopstick. I just put it in there, a wooden chopstick. And when those bubbles start to appear, it indeed means that it is hot. So it is already hot now. I believe I have said this before in my previous video, but if you've never seen my videos, definitely check them out. And don't forget to please subscribe, and of course click the like button. And for all recipes, if you no longer remember, okay, what did I put in there? You can of course also check on my website, www.megarasa.com. And oh yes, I also just use a tablespoon. Yes. I don't use a special measuring spoon or anything, just a regular tablespoon. So, with utmost precision and care, we meticulously and thoughtfully place that particular item into its designated spot, ensuring that every step of, I will just do just a bit more, 5 first. Don't put too much in it. So, what you need to do is simply grasp the handle firmly and then proceed to rotate it gently in the direction indicated. We're just going to bake this until it turns, yes, golden brown. I just use chopsticks because I find it very easy. It can be tricky. If you're not used to chopsticks, you can use tongs. In the next batch, I think I can just put in a 6 or 7. Regularly turned over. This is, of course, just really delicious. Yes, for a snack. Or you can also eat it with drinks. And of course, also with the rice table. And with rice, yes, everything goes well with rice. Or if you have your barbecue, yes, just some snacks for the guests. I always make this for my children. When they come home from school, they have a craving. Then I make some corn cookies. Then I have it all ready here for you, with everything meticulously prepared and organized, ensuring that every detail is accounted for and nothing is left to chance, so you can proceed with confidence. To effectively catch the oil, take a sieve and line it thoroughly with a few layers of absorbent kitchen paper. This setup will ensure that the oil is properly filtered and caught, preventing any unwanted spills or messes. Make sure the paper is evenly spread across the sieve to maximize its efficiency in trapping the oil. Next batch. So I'm putting 7 in now. If you're going to make something for a gathering, you can of course make it a bit smaller. Do it. So for example, you are going to grab a teaspoon. Look, now it is this big. I think it's a nice little size. I have baked all the corn cookies and I just counted them. 26 pieces, but the cameraman, aka my husband, he has already eaten 4 of them, so there were about, no, not about 30 pieces. So from those 2 ears of corn, I made 30 pieces. Corn cookies were made from it. Isn't that amazing? And you have to hear this. Super crispy. Super crunchy. So yes, this is my corn cookie a la Megarasa, if you think so. Okay, I want to make that sometime. Take a look at megarasa.com for this recipe for what you need. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And also to like. Follow me on Instagram at instagram.com/megarasatv. And yes, that was it. I hope you all like it. And I would say, give it a try. And yes, until next time. Are you absolutely sure you are ready now? Oh, okay. Then I'm going to get my sambal.